everyone. Welcome to our closing ceremony. It's been a good 2 days of just coding and workshops and speakers, and we've had so much fun. So we're just gonna go over and recap what we've done the past 2 days and just thank everyone. And yeah, Maxime, could you go to the next slide? All right, so before we begin again, thank you so much for organizers. So Developers Guild, Competitive Programming Club, and Women in Computer Science, we all came together to do this, to just make this for you guys. And we had so much fun in the process and just coming up and like organizing everything. And as always, if you guys want to join these clubs, the information will be below, or it's also in the Discord. So make sure to check that information out and join these amazing clubs. So yeah, next slide. And also, mainly, most importantly, we want to thank all of our speakers. So Ariman, Dan, Tal, Azine, Hema, Indira, Rodrigo, Mike, and Anam. Thank you guys so much. Your workshops were so amazing. And I've literally learned so much. And I'm pretty sure that literally applies for everyone that attended or just watched the recording. So we've learned so much, and we want to thank all of our speakers who attended. And yeah, next slide, please. So our first talk, we're just going to recap all of the talks for those of you guys that might have missed it or just could not make it for any circumstances. So first one was by Azine, and it was how to leverage XR technology to inspire social good. And in this talk, she went over just like what XR is and like how you can like just how to get started with it. And obviously the recording is inside the Discord channel, so please go check it out. It's under, I think, recordings, but I think one of the organizers can clarify that. And next slide. And the next one was by Indira, and she taught us open source compliance. So over here, she just went over like what open source is, and just a little about, she gave us also some tips about how we can best use it as our budding careers as software engineers, how it's really useful in the software engineer career and all of those things. And Maxime, do you want to add anything?
No, that's pretty much, oops. Yeah, that was Indira's talk.
Yeah.
And then we had Tal, our very own in-house Tal. He gave us a pretty enlightening talk on not just how to teach machine learning or not teach it or not learn it or learn it, but also very practical skills for, it was actually a lot more general than just that. So just the machine learning, it was practical skills for how to stay motivated, how to learn things. So if you guys haven't, if you weren't able to attend the actual event, I highly recommend you guys watch the recording, which of course is also posted in the same place as all the other ones. And then we had Hema, who gave us a talk on the importance of open source contributions. And here we see a couple of the slides that she did. And she really talked about how it's important to kind of do open source to kind of differentiate yourself, like as a new software engineer or whatever, computer science person. It's good for, showing that you can do the skills that you say you can do. And it's kind of overlapped with the next talk, which was Rodrigo's talk about how to make the first open source, where he talked about Quine, which is his company, and how they have a product called Scout. And they're kind of doing a social media for repositories with lots of juicy machine learning applications, as in like they applied machine learning. So, they have nice repos for you. But also he talked about their vision of how they kind of want to, in the end, kind of kill the technical interview. And by doing that, in order to do that, they think that the open source, if you have those contributions and there's a way to kind of verify your skills through some kind of like portfolio, like what they're trying to do, then you can essentially kill the technical portion of the interview process. And then,
and so next we had Dan Turchin, who spoke about AI in the future of work. This was essentially discussing the history of disruptive technologies and Bayes' theorem of prediction and probability, kind of how AI is driving the future of work. And some of, I guess, the main takeaway that I got from this was kind of best said in one of his favorite quotes, which was, "What can be predicted is better left to computers, and what requires judgment and empathy is better left to humans." So he talked a lot about how increasing the amount of AI in our daily lives is never going to take away the human impact that we can make. So next slide. And then one of our, I think our highest turnout event was with Mike Drushenko on how to land your first internship at a tech company. So this one was pretty straightforward. There were no PowerPoint slides, so I recommend that you watch the video. It was pretty straightforward how to write your resume, things to consider, and things like that. Next slide. And lean startup principles with open source with Anam Kurashi. I think I said that.
Yeah, she talked about how kind of there's the steps of what lean startup is, first of all, and then what the different steps are for kind of the business model, as we see here. Business model, what? Canvas, yeah, business model canvas. She kind of walked us through an example with Uber and how Uber was able to do all these different things and eventually become a unicorn company within like just a couple years. So very successful, obviously. Yeah. And then, okay. And then I don't know if Masaki, he's part of the organizing team for Competitive Programming Club. And I don't know if you want to do a drum roll and announce the winners of the competition.
Yeah, so we had a lot of competitors for the coding competition, the coding race. And we had 17 people actually solve 3 or more problems to qualify for the competitive round. And so the results are, so first place is going to be Lufs. I'm going to butcher all these names. I apologize in advance, but Lufsandash Deva Surin, Aaron Saglam is second place, and then third place we have Anna Dumchenko. There were some technical difficulties, and Minsuk Sung solved a lot of problems and would have made it to third place, but wasn't able to enter the competitive round, but was participating as part of the unofficial practice round, but solved a lot of problems. So I'll personally be providing the third place prize amount in addition to Anna Dimchenko. So we'll be contacting about the prize through email. So first place is going to get $40, second place $20, third place $10 for a gift card for your choice. So we'll be contacting through email.
Sweet. Yeah, good job, guys. Good work, good work. I hope you guys have lots of fun with that competition.
Yeah. And these
Congratulations.
problems, the problem selection was based on the criteria that we don't want to force people to have specific knowledge about data structures and algorithms. So if you have knowledge about arrays and loops and conditional statements, you should be able to do most of these problems. So if you're interested in that, we're going to be going over the questions in Competitive Programming Club starting next week as well. And we'll also have a feedback survey that we'll try to be getting feedback about the difficulty and what you thought about the competition as well. So if you participated, that would be feedback would be really helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, Masaki. Yeah, and with that, just want to say thank you for everyone who came in this gloom. Well, it's only gloomy because it's cloudy, but obviously the event was not gloomy. I would say it's cloudy outside. But anyone who came today, this weekend, these 2 days, thank you guys for taking out time, and of course, especially thanks to our speakers. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's been a very enriching weekend, for sure. I think it's been really awesome, and I also want to especially thank some of the participants who have gone to like every single speaker event, which you know, I noticed Ian Ang like in every single one, and also Peter Tran, just because they have like these little cute pictures. But
Shout out.
yeah, right.
Thank you
I'm sure
guys
there
for
are many
attending.
more.
All right. Oh yeah, and also remember, there's still time to submit your pull requests. So if you're still a little bit stuck on how you could get started, we have at least 2 sessions for you guys with demos of how to do that. And of course, so you can go check those out as well. Yeah, thanks everyone.
Thank you guys.